Hello, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a brand new episode of your weekly program, The Ambassador. I'm Nancy Sarah Barakat, and on this episode I'm being joined by His Excellency Ambassador of the Republic of Bulgaria to the Arab Republic of Egypt, Dr. Roman Petrov. Thank you very much for spending some time with us.
Thank you very much indeed for visiting us.
Thank you very much. Dr. Petrov, let me start off by asking you how you started your career as a diplomat.
It was about 25 years ago when I graduated Arabic Sciences at the Sofia University. I've studied Arabic language, the history of Arab world, Islam, and then I joined the Foreign Office.
Right.
So my first posting was in Libya as a diplomat.
Right. And then you came to Egypt and...
I have been posted several times in different places in the Middle East. My post in Egypt started in 2011, July 2011.
So what started this fascination with the Middle East?
It is a crucial region for Bulgaria. We are very close neighbors, and we used to be a part of this region for over 500 years during the Ottoman Empire. So for us, not only the main trade partners and economical partners are in this area, but as well from political point of view, it is very important that we follow closely what is happening in the area, in the region. And I believe what is happening in the region is affecting the whole world. It's not only in the countries that are very close, like Bulgaria. So for me it was really a big challenge and great honor as well, at the same time, to be ambassador of my country in such important period, in such important country as Egypt.
What do you think has contributed most to your career? Your knowledge of the area by means of your studies, or was it more your hands-on experience in the region?
I believe the studies or the scientific knowledge is just the basis. Then you need to develop this basis, and then you need to have frank interest to the region and to be towards the problems and the challenges that the region is facing. And there was an old French diplomat who used to be ambassador in France, in Libya, France in Libya. And he was talking about the Libya, but I believe that he was saying it could apply to every part of the Middle East and North Africa. He was saying, if you don't approach Libya with an open heart, you will face some absence. So you really need to go towards an open heart and to try to understand the region. And I find it very fascinating, this. So that's why all my professional career, almost all, because I've been posted to Brussels as well, but I found it very boring places, compared to...
What would you say has been the most challenging aspect of your job?
Going back, there were several challenges we have. Probably the biggest one was the case of the nurses. They were accused of spreading AIDS among the Libyan children. That was a case that took about 7 years of my professional life, and a lot of efforts, not only, of course, not only mine. I was a part of a big team working on this, but it was something that really marked me as in personal way. Otherwise, they were... You're dealing with not only the interest of your own country, but the interest of the hosting country. So you make your own move and you will affect badly those relations and the interest of the people on the both sides. So, but still the most challenging issue was the nurses.
Yeah, definitely. Indeed, it was something that I had followed extensively. But when you mentioned to me that you've been a diplomat for 25 years, do you think that anything has changed about diplomacy in terms of the skill sets and the complexity of the challenges that a diplomat faces from when you started your career to today?
Definitely. It changed a lot, mainly because the world became too much global. The communication tools now are much more sophisticated. So at the time when I started my career, it took several days before you approach to an issue, and then you had the time to consider it, to assess the situation, and to report it back home. Now you need to react almost in real time, which I find it not very positive, because then you risk mistakes. But this is how the life is. It is. I mean, the life became very dynamic, and we need to deal with it as it is. So it is much more challenging now for the diplomacy than it used to be 20 years ago.
And what do you think is the unique role that diplomacy plays in facing those global challenges?
Well, it is the main role of the diplomacy in general. I mean, we need to find a common understanding to avoid problematical issues. Otherwise, I mean, we live, when I say we, the different countries, we live in a global environment. Whatever happens in Egypt, for instance, is affecting us directly. If we are not capable as a diplomat to assess properly the realities and to give appropriate advices to our leaders and to our politicians, then we may end up in a problematic situation. And that's, again, is going to affect the people of the countries, because as you know, the relations are not only on official level, the relations are among the business, among the ordinary people, and talking regarding the business as well. I mean, now the businessmen are much more dynamic and aggressive than they used to be 20 years ago. So it's additional pressure on the politicians and on ourselves.
So, Mr. Ambassador, how were you chosen to represent Bulgaria here in Egypt?
I think that's something I don't know, by the way. It was a decision of our foreign minister. And at that time, before sending me to Egypt, I've been posted for a short period in Libya again. I have been sent to Libya after the revolution to help evacuating our embassy and the Bulgarian compatriots that used to be at that period. So it was an extremely difficult and challenging task. And I believe that due to the efforts that I have done, due to the assessment of the minister, he decided that probably I'm appropriate one to be sent to Cairo.
Right, Egypt is your next challenge.
Yes.
How has it been for you living in Egypt? I understand that you started your work here in 2011.
Yes, it was my own dream, in fact.
Right.
We were about to be posted in Egypt in 98, and in fact in 99. And I was almost posted at that time as a political counselor. And then suddenly the case of the nurses started. So they asked me again, because I had been served several times in Libya, they asked me to go to Libya to assist finding the solution of this problem. So I missed that time Egypt, and I was hoping that I would get it one day. Well, it happened, you see, sometime, and I'm really very happy of being here, because Egypt is a country of amazing opportunities. And there are so many things that you could learn, and there are so many things that you could do. Unfortunately, we are too small embassy to observe and to be capable to respond to, let's say, all the opportunities that we see around. But we try to do our best. Anyway, I'm quite happy, and my wife, she's with me, and she's very happy. In a way, she was pushing me very much of accepting this posting, because I had another proposal from the minister as well, but I chose Egypt.
And how has it been? I mean, obviously, have there been, do you find cultural similarities? How has it been adapting to life here?
For me, frankly speaking, it was quite easy to adapt. First of all, there are a lot of